Hi, my name's Fraser Quelch. I'm the Director of Education and Programming here at Fitness Anywhere. I want to welcome you to the TRX All Body Xpress workout. This workout includes a dynamic warm-up to get you ready for the main set. The main set includes 12 different exercises that have been picked to hit the entire body. The program is designed to have a 60-second work interval followed by a 20-second rest period so that you can rest and recover between each exercise. Today we're working with Michelle Vaughn from Balance Fitness. As a highly conditioned personal trainer, Michelle will be demonstrating continuous movement for all 60 seconds of each interval. If you have difficulty keeping up, do as much as you can and rest as long as necessary. Every workout, try to increase the amount of time you perform each exercise by about 5 seconds until you can do the exercises for the entire 60-second interval. It won't be long before you're able to keep up with Michelle.
You will notice the rep counter and interval timer at the top of your screen. While these programs are time-based, keeping track of your repetitions is a good way to measure your progress. Monitor the time left in your set and try to keep up with Michelle's pace for as long as you can. Train safe and have fun.
Hi, my name's Fraser Quelch. I'm the Director of Education and Programming for Fitness Anywhere. I'm here today with Michelle Vaughn. We're going to do the TRX All Body Xpress workout. There's a quick warm-up followed by 12 exercises that target the entire body. It's a tough workout, but it's only going to take 25 minutes to complete. It's fast-paced, it's exciting. Are you ready to go?
I am.
All right, we'll lead you through a quick warm-up to start. We're going to grab onto the system with 2 hands. We'll start off with some simple squat rows, but working through all planes of motion. Let's do 5 repetitions to each set, starting with the low row. So there's our squat and row up. Notice Michelle's got her alignment perfect. Her chin is up nice and high, but not driven forward. Her ears are in line with her shoulders. She's going to drop those hips right down, trying to get 90 degrees. And again, open up the hips. Now she's moved to about a 45-degree angle at her elbows. If we were to look at her from behind, these elbows would form a 45-degree angle right here. Drive it down and through. Perfect. That's it. She's engaging well through her back. After 5 to that position, she's going to do a squat overhead raise. Squatting straight down, overhead raise up. Again, working through all the shoulders. Very nice. Drop that bum down a little bit further. Nice and far. Excellent work. All right, now what we're going to do is turn around facing outside. This is a lunge fly. Again, extending out through the chest, but activating those fibers at the same time. There's a lunge out. She's got nice straight arms. Perfect. Notice how she keeps this back leg nice and straight. She's alternating from side to side, but as she comes, the back leg is straight, opening up her hips and her chest, and then engaging them on the way back. She's going to work through all the different ranges, low, high, and in the middle. Perfect job, Michelle. Again, she's got nice extensibility in the hips. Shoulders stay over the hips. I bet she feels a bit of a stretch in her hip flexor. Feeling that? I thought so. Excellent job. We'll do 20 of these total. As she finishes off with this one, she'll turn around and face the system. just like this. This is a sagittal plane lunge sequence. She's going to lunge forward using the system to push herself down and then lean back in against it in a balance lunge on the other side. Way you go. Perfect. Lunging forward, balance lunge back. Now, we're practicing this balance lunge will come in handy because it's a component of the 15-30 workout. Nice job, Michelle. You want to get a nice, good lower through that balance lunge. That's it, opening up. Lots of pressure in the front of the leg. Perfect. Notice how she's nice and fluid. She's not moving very slowly. This is elevating her heart rate, getting her blood circulating, getting the joints ready and the muscles ready for the workout. Once she's done her 15 on one side, she'll switch and do 15 on the other. Excellent job. Again, lots of fluidity in her motion. She's looking super good. Try and drop those hips a little bit further on the way down. There we go. If you find by dropping your hips kind of has you hanging off the system a bit too much, just bring your foot forward slightly. Excellent job, Michelle. Perfect. You'll also feel your core is activating quite a bit in this. As soon as she's done her 15, she's going to center up with a wide stance, leaning against the system. In this position, she's going to work from side to side. We'll do 20 of these, and again, quite crisp movement, not very slow. She's trying to get good extensibility as she lowers down further and further. You'll probably feel a stretch in the adductors. Those are your inner thighs. You may not be able to go quite as low as Michelle can. Do as much as you can while still holding good form. As soon as she's done her 20, we'll go on to the final phase of our short warm-up. Excellent job. She pulls her feet straight together. Now she's going to take a lateral step to the side, drive down, and then cross over and go to the other side. This is moving through both the frontal and the transverse plane. Again, opening up her hips and activating all of her muscles. She's still engaged through her core and upper body. She'll be really ready to go as soon as we're done this. We'll do 10 cycles to each side. Excellent job, Michelle. Keeping that core active. As the foot hits the ground, the core activates each time. Her alignment is staying nice and strong. Looking good. Excellent. So as soon as she's finished her 10th one, she'll come back to the center and then work to the other side. Away we go. So this is the last phase of the warm-up. Your first exercise is going to be the single leg squat. So get that thinking through your head just as you're finishing up your warm-up. Gain a big wide step across, that's it. Try and keep that foot on the ground as you do it. Well done. Excellent job. And I can hear her heart rate is starting to go. I can hear her respiration starting to move. She's about ready to go. You set?
Yep.
All right. We're going to start off, we'll just leave that mat there for now. We're going to start off with that single leg squat, leaning back against the system, one leg coming up. We'll give ourselves 10 seconds to get in position. Just getting all set. Again, notice her alignment. It's always important to set up the right way, and that way you'll be able to do the exercise the right way. We'll do 60 seconds on each leg, and we'll start now. As she's doing this, we want to really lower down as low as she possibly can go. That's it. Trying to get a little bit more than 90-degree bends at the knee. Let's try and get a little bit lower there if you can, Michelle. That's it. As she gets lower, she's going to activate her glutes a little bit harder. That's perfect. Lower down, drive it down. Perfect. If you feel your legs starting to burn a little bit, I think Michelle has started to feel them a little bit too. It's okay. Remember, that rep counter up in the top corner is just to help you stay motivated. She's a very high performance athlete. If you have to rest, that's fine. Don't feel like you need to keep up with Michelle. Last 15 seconds. Doing a super job, Michelle. Look at those wheels, they're just cranking. Last 5 seconds, right here. We'll get 3 more reps in. Last one. That's work. All right, let's switch legs. We'll do the other side. Get yourself set. Now remember, you've got a nice rest, recover, get your body set up, try and recover through your cardiorespiratory system before we start off. We've got about another 5 seconds of rest. Are you ready? Are you really ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dropping down on this side. If you'd like to make this harder, what you can do is extend this leg out a little bit further and then start to lift up at the hip, just like that. The other thing you do is bend this knee, and you can add power to this exercise as well just by doing a little hop. and catch. This is very demanding. If you could do this for a minute, that would put you in a very, very high level. We'll go nice and slow, drop down low. Good. To begin with, we want to move nice and slowly. Again, we want to master movement before we start to add speed and power. So don't just go to the highest progression that you can. Start off, do the movement well before you do it quickly. We've got about 20 seconds to go, Michelle. Nice job. Drive it down. Come on, activate out of the bottom of it. That's it. Complete range of motion. Beautiful job. Again, activate your core as you're driving down into that squat. Last 5 seconds. 2 more repetitions. 1 more. Fantastic. All right, now we're going to move on to the balance lunge. We did this as part of our warm-up. You're going to lean back against the system. The back knee doesn't touch the ground, it just stays suspended. If you're not sure about that, start off by putting that foot on the ground until you get comfortable. We'll go in about 5 seconds, not quite ready. Again, you can see Michelle working to try and control her respiration. Get ready for the next set. Away we go. So start off by doing a couple with that foot on the ground, so it's actually a back lunge. Again, if that starts to feel good, Michelle, you can take that foot off the ground, lowering in. Excellent. We've got about 15 more seconds until we're hit the halfway point. Now with Michelle today, we're going to show a variation. With 30 seconds to go, she's actually going to drop that back leg across, turning it into a transverse plane lunge and loading the glutes a little bit more than this does. Start it now. Drop it across. And really reach with that leg, reaching across with that leg. Perfect. That's it. And you can tell just by looking on her face, that's driving through her glutes. Let's slow down just a little bit, Michelle. Try and get as deep as you can. There you go, perfect. What driving that leg back there is causing this glute to load a little harder than it normally would. Putting the emphasis right there. We've got 5 seconds to go. Last rep right here. Beautiful. Nice work. Now let's switch sides. We'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. You've got a bit of time to rest. Again, have a quick drink now if you need it. We'll get back into it. We've got about 10 more seconds to go. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. Those legs starting to feel a bit worked?
Yep.
We're only about halfway through their leg program, so stay with it. Here we go. We'll start off on the other side. Start off with that foot on the ground. Excellent. Using the foot on the ground really helps you get your momentum in or the movement down, and then you can start to suspend it into that balance lunge. You can do that now. There we go. Now Michelle's moved to that balance lunge. You can see she's using her arms for balance, but it's actually not an upper body movement. She's just using the handles for balance. If you find fully extended, you don't have enough balance, it's too shaky, shorten the system up, it will give you more stability. All right, let's switch to that transverse plane lunge. Drive it across. Good. Really push to my hand. Good. You'll find this a bit more balancey than the last one was. Lower down, lower and slower, lower and slower. There we go. Drive. Again, always go slowly and get the movement perfectly before you add speed and power. How's that glute feeling? I can feel it firing right here through your hip. Last 3 seconds. 1 more rep. Really drive it. Excellent work. All right. Now you may want to put a mat out to make it softer. We're going to go to the hamstring curl. We'll get Michelle to lie down. The bottom of the loops, you want them to be about 8 inches off the ground. In this position, roll right back onto the ground and drive both heels up and inside. And now you're ready to go. Okay, elevate those hips, pull the heels under. You really want to dorsiflex those toes or pull them towards the knees. If you keep your toes pointed, you'll find that your calves might cramp. Lift those hips. The higher you lift the hips, the harder this exercise is. So you want to make it a little bit easier, you can actually drop them right to the ground and just pull those heels in from that position. Excellent job. Michelle can do a lot more than that though, so we're going to get her hips off the ground. Try and lift those hips up a little bit higher. Nice and slow. Go nice and slow. Drive it in. Look at the range of motion Michelle is getting. She's pulling her knees right into my hand, past her waistline. That's perfect form. Again, try to keep up with that counter, but don't feel like you have to. We've got 15 seconds. Let's push them a little bit harder. Pull the hips up. Pull the hips as you do it. Last 15. That's it. Don't have to go faster. Just pull those hips up, 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 up. You may feel this in your back extensions as well. They're working pretty hard in this position. Excellent. And rest. Leave your heels in the system. We get to rest in this whole position. That should let your heart rate come down a little bit. This one is called the hip abduction. What we're going to do is elevate the hips. You're going to feel that back work again, and you're just going to be bringing your legs out wide and then back together. All right, got about 3 more seconds. You ready for this one? Excellent. Let's have those hips up, press them out, pull them back. Good. You're going to feel this in a few places. You might feel in your lower back because you're really working into extension. As well, the glutes are really working hard to drive those hips apart. Excellent. Get as much range as you can. Really try and drive out with that foot. Perfect job. Another way to elevate this, to make it a little bit more difficult, is just to bring your hands up so they're behind your head. Excellent. That puts more stress on the low back, more stress on the glutes, means that your upper body can help the action. You can bring your arms back down, Michelle. Last 20 seconds. Keep it driving. She's doing a great job here. I bet her glutes are burning a little bit, yes? That's it. Keep everything tight, everything tight. Last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds, and then we get to move your upper body. Come on now, you can do it. 5 more seconds and we get to go to your upper body. Excellent job. Down and rest. Let's get your feet out of the system and stand up. You're going to want to lengthen your system all the way out. To lengthen it, we'll just grab onto the buckles and just pull it straight out that way, bringing it over here. We're moving on to the chest press. I'd like you to take a nice wide stance with your feet, leaning in against it, making sure that these aren't rubbing against your shoulders. Lower yourself down into it like a push-up or a chest press. Excellent job. Notice as Michelle is doing this, the strap is never rubbing against her arms. The TRX is just hovering above those arms the whole time. If you find that it's rubbing against your arms, chances are your hands are too low, and that's why they're doing it. Move your hands up. Your shoulders will work a little bit harder, but they won't rub. If you find it's too difficult, just adjust your foot position. If Michelle moves these feet just forward a little bit, it'll make it quite a bit easier. All right, Michelle, 25 seconds to go. Excellent job. Michelle's form is perfect. Again, she's not lowering with her head. That's a very common mistake. You want those ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, all in a perfect straight line. Last 10 seconds. At this point, your shoulders and chest are probably starting to burn a little bit. Really try and fight through it. We're almost there. Last repetition right here, Michelle. Straight down, straight up. Beautiful job. All right, we're moving on to the low back row. For this, we want to shorten the system all the way up. You can shorten that side. I'll do this one. You want to grab onto those handles, lean back against them, and for this, you can take a nice deep stance. You'll be pretty strong for this exercise. All right, lower yourself straight down and pull yourself up. Good. Not too much of a hip moment, just a little bit. You can do this 2 different ways. Keep your body perfectly straight, as Michelle is doing now. Notice her chin is nice and high. She's not cranking forward with her chin. Pulling straight in and out, that's great movement speed. If we want to make this exercise a little bit more functional, we can preload it with just a little drop of the hips, just a little one, not a big one, just a little one, right there, and then drive up. That engages the extensors and lets the back and the extensors all work together. If you do that, you'll find the exercise a little bit easier. You might have to move a little steeper. Let's go steeper for the last few seconds. We've got 20 seconds to go, Michelle. Keep those knees nice and straight. Drop the hip, boom, and drive it up. Don't use momentum, just drop it to engage. Ah, that's perfect. Excellent form. We've got 5 seconds to go. 1 more repetition right here. Brilliant work. All right, we're done with the chest and back. It's onto the shoulders. Still facing the system, we're going to want to lengthen all the way out. And we're going to work up into that high Y repetition. I know you know where to put your hands in that Y position because you've all done the YMCA song. All right, we ready? You want to tee your feet this way. That will allow you to pivot from the back foot onto the front. Let's go. Driving straight up. Perfect. Now again, if you find yourself too deep or too shallow, it's very easy just to move your feet forward or back. Notice Michelle's feet. She's able to lower onto this back foot and drive back up onto the front. That means there's no slack in the system as she moves through it. The other thing you want to look for as you're doing this exercise is watch right here in her back. She's got great control of her shoulders and she's really leading with her scapula, which means that she's pulling those shoulder blades together to start the action. She should feel this all through her shoulders and right here in the middle of her back. 20 seconds to go, Michelle. Doing a nice job. The other thing that's important to note about this exercise, notice how Michelle's arms are keeping very straight. You don't want to bend your elbows in and drive into a tricep extension. We'll do that later. Last 5 seconds. Excellent work, Michelle. Remember to keep breathing. Beautiful job. All right, now it's time for the bicep curl. We're going to work into the upper arms over this. Lean back against the system, extend your arms all the way out to start with. We're going to go in 10 seconds. You're going to notice Michelle keeps her elbows nice and high, her head is back. Focus on a spot that's about 3 feet above the anchor point. And here we go, curling back. Excellent job. That's beautiful motion. Again, what you don't want to do is pull those elbows down and turn it into a back row. We've already done that. This, we're trying to really isolate the biceps. Shoulders stay down now. She's doing a great job not pulling her shoulders up into her ears. If you feel like your shoulders are shrugged, you need to engage in behind, dropping them down. 30 seconds. Again, very easy to adjust where your feet are. Move your feet a little bit steeper, Michelle, a little bit more. Don't be afraid to explore new areas. Ah, now she's working. She's so strong, I think she's looking for the beach. If you want to know which way to the beach, just point your finger overhead. Which way to the beach, Michelle? It's over there. All the way up, last 5 seconds. Good. Extend it all the way down. Beautiful. We're in the back half of the workout. Try and hang on. We're moving on to triceps, and then it's into the core. You turn around just as Michelle did. Now she's facing forward. Her hands are going to be nice and high. She's going to come straight up overhead, driving straight out. We'll go in about 5 seconds. And here we go. Driving straight in and out. Now this is doing two things. We can tell that we're really working through her triceps, but in this position, her core is actually working very hard to stabilize herself. Again, if you feel this in your low back, chances are you're not stabilizing right. If you try to correct it, you still feel it there. You need to come more shallow, let your core handle what it is you're trying to do. Good job, Michelle, driving through. She's doing an excellent job right here about keeping her elbows just in line, going back over her head. If you find you feel this in your elbows a little bit, just move your hands up a little bit higher. That should take the stress away. We've got about 20 seconds to go, Michelle. Focus on this side right here. Drop down in the middle. Beautiful. You feel that in your triceps? Oh yeah, all 3 of them. Or is it 6? That's 3 on each side. Driving straight down and up. Last 5 seconds. 2 more repetitions. Drive it straight up. Drive it straight up. All right. Now it's time for the core. Are you ready for it? Okay. We're going to start off with a supine pull through. So she's going to sit down on her back, put her heels up in the system. Here we go, 1 heel, 1 heel. Excellent. Now, your hand position might change. What she's going to do is bridge straight up. Here we are, she's going to come straight up, bring those hips right up, good, and then pull the hips straight through and under. Now this is a pretty advanced exercise, so if you're finding this is difficult, move to the following. Lie down flat on the ground, on your elbows, and just work on just trying to bridge up from the elbows, just like that, and hang on to it. If you can do that, then you can move back to the exercise. So let's go back to that movement, Michelle. From your hands, driving the hips way up high. We've only got about 30 seconds left to go. Good. Notice Michelle leads this movement with her head. She's driving her head forward, pulling her hips, and then back, lifting them up. If you find this hand position is tough on your wrists, play around with a different spot for your wrists. It may make it a little bit easier. We've got 10 seconds to go, Michelle. That's it. Driving forward and up. This is a demanding exercise. Try and hold on to it. 1 more rep, 1 more rep, right here. Beautiful job. All right, let's pivot around on our mat, facing out. We'll move on to the oblique leg raise. We're probably gonna have to extend those out just a little bit. What we're looking for here, and send yourself up on the mat if you would, Michelle. Perfect, thank you. Feet straight up in the air. You wanna push down in those handles as hard as you can, dropping to one side, coming up, and then dropping to the other. Excellent. Try and get as much range of motion as you can using an open grip on the handles. But again, think about pushing down as hard as you can. We've got about 45 seconds, Michelle. How you feeling? Good. Are you fibbing to me? Working hard right here in those obliques. Boom, driving in there. Boom, driving right in there. Excellent job. Again, try and hang on to the rep count, but if you find that you're having difficulty, Rest when you need to. 20 seconds to go, Michelle. 20 seconds. Turn it around. The hard part is right at the bottom. Turn it around right there. Not so deep, not so deep. You may find you fatigue. Don't go, just don't go as deep as you get more and more tired as the set goes on. Michelle's doing an excellent job engaging her obliques during both phases of the movement. Excellent. We've got one exercise to go. It's a suspended exercise. This one's pretty hard. Again, for those suspended exercises, we want the system to be adjusted about 8 inches up and off the ground. We'll put our toes in at this time. There's one toe, reaching across, other toe in, and rolling forward. Again, we can do this from a push-up or a position from elbows. Plank right up in push-up position, pulling the knees up and through. Excellent. Here we go. Lifting those hips up nice and high, lifting them high, good. Driving it up, perfect. Up and high, good. Come on, 10 more seconds in this position, Michelle, you can do it. This is the last exercise. Hang on to it as hard as you can. I know you're feeling tired. Good, let's move down to our elbows. Go off of your elbows for the last half. Excellent, hips come up high. Notice Michelle is always leading this action with her hips. That's ideal. You can pull your knees just under, but you'll get much more core benefit if you actually get a bit of a hip lift. Also notice she never drops below parallel. Once again, by dropping below parallel, that'll actually get into her back. And we'll feel it right in through here, and that's not what we want. Last 5 seconds, Michelle. Drive it up. One more rep. Drive it up hard. Hard, hard, hard. Nice job. Good work. That was a TRX All Body Xpress workout. I told you it wouldn't be easy, but stick with it. As you do this workout more and more, your transitions will get faster and better, and you're bound to get more and more muscular endurance. Be sure to check our website for our complete library of workout DVDs. We'll see you next time.